Good evening. My name is Mike Moran. I'm the percussion coordinator here at Trinity High School, and this is going to be about 60 or 70 kids playing percussion. So for the next hour, I invite the younger groups to stay and catch the high school group at the end. We're playing some cool tunes, and you'll see me in and out for playing some parts for kids that couldn't be here tonight. So the first group up is the Euless Junior High 7th graders, and they're playing In the Hall of the Mountain King. That's a really tough piece. That's a piece that I played on my senior recital in college. So give another hand for effort. All right, up next is going to be a familiar tune. Basically, I go to Central and Euless every day to do their beginners classes. And kind of a neat thing is typically it's hard to get 7th graders to do percussion ensemble because of the rigorous curriculum in that they are always doing snare or mallets or getting a band piece ready. So the two groups I was fortunate to teach this year got together not only a percussion ensemble, but a really difficult percussion ensemble. And you'll notice in most beginner classes, if they were doing an ensemble, it would probably only have 2 parts, all the same instrument, and relatively short, all the same tempo. And you'll notice, you've already heard this tune once, In the Hall of Mountain King. It's pretty long, and it's always changing tempo. And it's one kid on a part throughout the entire ensemble. So it's a really neat thing, and you never know what you're going to get, but I think the kids have enjoyed putting it together. So if they're ready, this is In the Hall of Mountain King. This is the Central Junior High 7th grade class, and Ryder over here is filling in for one of our Central marimbists. So Ryder's from Euless. So give him a hand. the concert is going to be 8th grade through 12th grade. And kind of the neat thing about most of these classes that you're about to see is my philosophy about percussion ensemble is it's basically the one thing that these kids get to do that isn't completely dictated by a teacher. So, and I kind of think of it as a high school guy, like when you're doing drumline, every single section has a teacher, and they're in front of them 24/7, kind of checking out every single detail. And most of these, the rest of the pieces you're going to be hearing are more or less rehearsed by an instructor, but only on maybe a weekly or bi-weekly basis. And mostly individual work is done by the student. And I think that's the kind of neatest thing about this is it's really the product of all their teaching starting at 7th grade, and kind of see what they can do with it and with all their knowledge. And so our next group up is the Euless top band, Euless Wind Ensemble, and they're going to be playing a transcription of a Vivaldi quartet. So here you go. next soloist is a junior also, Jordan Harris, on snare drum. This is a piece out of the Freitag book called Mean Man Matt. And how this came about is everyone, nearly everybody at Trinity right now sees a private lesson teacher every week. And it's kind of a neat thing that we have going here, where we have a percussion specialist in the classroom twice a week for both the second and third band, and then most of our top band kids are in lessons. And I'll just take this moment now to let you know, lessons are a good thing. They really do help a lot, and it's amazing how much faster a student learns when they are in lessons. And we found a lot of success with that. So I wanted to just take this moment to thank our lesson teachers. And those people include Maverick Peterson, Jeff Keene, Lauren Vogel, and Michelle Blackard. So this is Mean Man Matt, Jordan Harris. Next group is the Harwood Symphonic Band Percussion, and this is coached by Mrs. Blackard, and they're playing Montana Mile. So this group, I received a 1 at the HEB Ensemble Contest, so enjoy. they're still setting up. Something kind of unique to this type of chamber music is you'll see that there are no conductors. And pretty much for every concert that you'll see from now until they're seniors, you'll always have a conductor in front of them. And again, in the realm of having the kids show us what they can do, they're really out there all by themselves, figuring it out. And when it comes to performance time, it's them and you guys, and kind of just see how it goes. So it's a neat thing, and I feel fortunate to, especially having as many schools that feed into the school, that every ensemble, despite their age, whether they're 12, 13, or if they're 18, are out there doing it themselves. This next group is Central Junior High, and this group also received a 1 at the HEB Ensemble Contest. And I can speak as I've been here for 3 years now, and before I was here, I had the fortune to judge in the HEB district, and music's a great thing here. And I think when judges come in to this district, they really appreciate what they see, and they oftentimes encourage their own students to come out to see what's going on here at Trinity. So it is something that we're very fortunate to have, because a lot of districts don't have that. And it did impress me to see all those kids coming in, and oftentimes even within the first year they're playing very advanced literature like 4 mallets, along with snare drum solos and 2 mallet solos. So, all right, the next tune is Danielle's Cha Cha Cha. This is the Central Junior High Wind Ensemble. And he went above and beyond with this solo. He's already played 1 solo at PASIC this year, and he just recently played this solo for the UIL contest, which at Trinity, because we have HEB solo contests, doing the UIL thing is really above and beyond, because it's something that the kids literally do by themselves. And in this case, Brian earned a 1 at the contest and is certified for state. So he is now certified to be able to compete in Austin, this summer. So give it a hand for Brian Adams. Group on the program is from Harwood Junior High. This is the Harwood Wind Ensemble, and this is once again directed by Mrs. Blackard, and they're playing Stormbreak by Jim Casella, and this group also received a 1 at the HEB contest for this ensemble. So as soon as they're ready, this is going to be Stormbreak. from Trinity. And I could talk a little bit about what you're about to hear. This is a genre of music called ragtime, which, if you know the head director here at Trinity High School, he loves ragtime. And he listens to it in the car, listens to it in the shower. Can't get enough. So we try to play as much ragtime as possible, and just to make him happy. So the first tune is going to feature Brian Adams, who you heard earlier on the marimba, and the second tune is featuring Eric Shang. Both of these guys are juniors, and you'll notice that most of our soloists this year were juniors. So it's a really good sign for us to have really enthusiastic, I guess, middle-classmen, since we're only a 10, 11, 12 campus. But these, again, are mostly student-ran, and there's very, very minimal involvement from outside instruction. There's, I think they played these for Mrs. Vogel, and they've also played them for me, so looks like they're ready. So here is Ragtime Robin. for all popular music. Ragtime is kind of a term quoted for the ragged rhythms that they're playing, in that you hear kind of like a swing feel, but it's also kind of backed up against a duple meter feel, which is kind of more straight ahead feeling. So it's truly the precursor to swing. It was brought on by people like Scott Joplin and George Hamilton Green, and predominantly the instrumentation would be piano and xylophone, particularly because they recorded really well for the technology at the time. And then it was more or less considered novelty music, so you'd also hear different kinds of sounds you might hear in like early cartoons and stuff like that. So Looney Tunes types of sounds. The next ensemble you're going to be hearing is a duet. This is Bryan Adams and Jacob Jackson, and in the program it says D minor is going to be first, but they're actually going to be in reverse order. So you're first going to hear the B flat invention, followed by the D minor, and this is by J.S. Bach. Next piece is Cop Drama. This is the ensemble that we brought to the HEB contest and received a 1 on. And it's a pretty neat piece. I guess it's a neat piece in that it's really, really hard, but you really can't tell where or when it's hard. Because oftentimes, most music is very, symmetrical. And in this case, a lot of our stuff sounds symmetrical, but is really missing a beat most of the time. So they're playing in meters like 15, 16, and then we alternate between 7, 8, and 2, 2, which is kind of like a weird cut time feel. And then, then we kind of pop it back into 4, 4, and that's even a little bit more familiar. So this tune actually kind of has been inspired by the 70s dramas that were on TV about cops. So here it is, Cop Drum. piece is a transcription done by Mrs. Blackard's husband, Evan Blackard. It's Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. And somehow I got suckered into playing drum set. So we'll see how that goes. I wanted to thank a lot of people. Earlier I thanked the private lesson teachers and all the band directors in this district, including my head director, Mr. Mario Casanova. Without their support, none of this would be possible, so give them a hand. And I also want to thank the kids. That comp drama was really a step up for us. For the last 2 years, we had planned on kind of taking the level of percussion ensemble back a step or two, and it was really fun teaching them this piece because it was challenging not just for them, but also for me, because we really had been doing some straightforward arrangements, and this was really the first real arrangement of a piece we got to do, so it was a lot of fun working with your kids, so for that I thank you. And without further ado, this is Smooth Criminal.